I think if you are an African history buff and you love African art, this is an amazing house to check out. I think that anybody that really appreciates African art will love this house. I promised the last episode that I was going to get to this video. Because he tried to call me. I was like, I sent Emoneyboss a video. He hasn't looked at it yet. Where's the love for Kenya? You know what I mean? So, like, you know what I mean? He tried to pull my cards, man. You already know I love Kenya, man. Big love to Kenya. So, man, this fuck with a child, man. God, man. Take me there. I want to go there. Take me there. All right. This video, guys, is called Inside.
Let's have to go boxes. I'm sorry.
What? Oh my God, they'll go bankrupt. I'm filling that box up. You hear me? Like, they gonna throw that shit out anyway, too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Let me have what's on my plate.
Especially in closing time.
Let me have what's on my plate.
Come on, man. That shit. Yeah, you're right though. That be feeding probably all the DC rats and stuff like that. Like, let's get rid of the rats.
Those are the rats. Stop.
Oh Don't do that to me, Carmen. No. Look at this. There's a rat on my plate.
To feed the rats. The rats are like, please, our children are.
Is this lamb or is this rat? Let me know now. Tell me the truth.
Camel ass.
Tell the truth. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
All right. Getting into this video, guys. This was a special request. Says inside the most photographed house in Africa.
What?
Property focus with Peter Ngigi. I'm assuming this is a video in Kenya because the YouTube channel is NTV Kenya. So, we have not really looked at a Kenyan house before. I definitely want to get into more Kenyan homes.
Look at that view, though. Like that greenery, that mountain in the back. Like,
I don't know. This is just the intro. I don't know if this is actually part of the video or not, but let's get into it, man. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let's get right to it.
that looks a little too American.
Right.
Well, hello family and welcome to
a
special edition of Property Focus. In today's episode, we're going to be paying tribute to a true visionary in the world of architecture. I'm talking about the one and only, the great Alan Donovan. Now, in this episode, we're going to be touring one of his most iconic creations, which happens to be what's behind me, the captivating African heritage, which also happens to be the most photographed house in the entire continent of Africa. Welcome to Property Focus. My name is Peter Ngigi.
Yo, look. Yo. Wow.
The bad news, the perfect workflow doesn't exist.
We're not even a minute in. They got to add.
That's interesting.
I mean, we love Mondays, but move. Wow. Whoa. Hold up. This looks like a freaking museum. This don't even look like a house.
I feel like the first description that came to mind, the words that I was gonna use might not be the best, but not because like I don't like it. It's just like very
It reminded me of like Wild Wild West kind of thing. It looked like something from New Mexico.
It doesn't remind me of that.
This doesn't look like New Mexico to you. Hold up, let me show you again.
It looks like let me not. I'm just. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, if they was to make like another. Oh my God! Please don't take offense to this. This is just my opinion. But like,
it's true. We got your back.
If they made like, that's what like the mansion should have looked like in the new Coming to America. Like that's. No, like it's like. Mad ethnic.
It's like Afrofuturism piece. It has like a lot of like indigenous, like original look to it, but you can tell it's been modernized.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So like, I like it. I
like it. I like that it's made out of like concrete and the color and the designs.
It almost looks like it was made from clay. You know what I mean? Like it's like an older style, but you could tell it's not. You could tell like it's actually like a.
It looks like an ancient mansion.
Yeah. But modernized. Like,
like somebody like built it up.
Yeah.
Like put some windows in it.
Right. But this is
I'm just, my description is terrible, but I mean this all in a good way.
right. Yeah. I can tell you're not trying to shit on it. Like,
No, it's really nice.
yeah, it looks dope, man. So I'm excited to see it from the outside. It looks cool as
Yeah, I
shit
feel
to
like
me.
it's gonna look really. I'm not gonna say really modern on the inside, but it definitely has its own uniqueness to it,
Right.
and I'm not surprised that it's like the most photographed
Yeah,
house because it has a very ancient but modern look to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's looking like a museum, but let's see what the inside looks like. I feel like it's gonna be like a lot of museum pieces inside. That looks nice.
So, into
Like, I
the
feel like my
African
grandma would,
Heritage
like, love
House
this.
already, you can get to
Right.
see a lot of
because she, like, keeps
inspirations
that type of
coming in.
decor around her
You've
house.
got your Morocco lamp chandelier, which is right at the top. Twin of them actually out in this area. This area you can come out here and just have some lunch and relax, have your tea as you get to see that beautiful view of the national park, which is right behind you. So right behind
shoot.
me is the main door to the African heritage. It's from Kashmir. Actually, all the doors in this house are from Lamu, except this one, which has Indian influence, and it's got copper inlays all inside. You've got this sharp brass
Oh yeah, the Indian doors.
ornaments right over here, and we're going to open.
Those doors are so freaking expensive. Like, I remember when I was in when I traveled to East Africa, I seen a lot of these doors all over, like Tanzania and Zanzibar and Mombasa and stuff like that. And they was just telling me just how ancient these doors are, but also how valuable they are too. They're like one of a kind. So
Are they heavy?
they're super heavy. So, but yeah, this is dope so far. I'm kind of curious too. Before we get into it, we don't see how many bedrooms are in it. I'm curious to know what the price is of this home, or if this home is even for sale.
Probably not. It looks lived in.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, you're probably right. But I want to take a guess.
Or it's like a tourist attraction since it's
Yeah.
like the most photographed one.
Yeah, and he said that it's like facing the national park. So I'm assuming this might be somewhere in Nairobi, or this might be somewhere, I think the Serengeti.
So my next question is,
What's up?
what is in the national park?
So, okay, the national park is where they do the safari.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I was like,
There are lions in the backyard.
Okay.
So this is when they say national park, so they actually mean like game drives and stuff like that. So people actually will book these homes to live in and be in the national park, living in it and stuff like that. So just that alone, like I remember my tour guide when I went to Nairobi. He lives in the national park. He has a house in there. Yeah, like he's like, yeah, I literally had a lion in my kitchen last week.
Oh hell!
So yeah.
Okay. So you have an option to live in the park?
Yeah, you can.
Is the house is cheaper?
No.
Because your life is probably not that long.
The houses are more expensive.
A lion in your kitchen? How do you survive that?
Your property insurance is probably a whole lot more expensive too.
Are there like bears where it's like you just feed them a little something and they'll leave you alone? Maybe
I don't think Africa has bears. Now I'm thinking about it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, are they like bears in the sense?
Oh, are they like bears?
How, like over here in America, like
yeah,
you might be chilling having a picnic.
Yeah, like
and a bear might roll up on you, and that can go one of two ways. Like
to my understanding,
I feel like lion experience is not that.
I don't wild cats, and please correct us in the comments. I don't believe wild cats actually care to kill or eat humans unless they feel threatened.
Oh, so
or you come into their territory and stuff like that. But like if you're in
like a bear.
Yeah, kind of like bears too. Like I don't think
that's
they're
my only
instinct.
reference because I think that's the largest mammal we have over here.
Yeah. So,
but good to know. Good to know.
Yeah,
because that was definitely a thought. I'm like, okay, the national park.
Right. I'm curious to know the price, guys.
It's probably why the doors have to be super heavy.
I don't know.
Can't knock that down.
I seen a bear bust through somebody's front door too. I've been seeing all kind of bear videos.
But America's made out of paper mache.
Yeah, our homes are trash. But yeah, this house looks dope. Once I get to see how many bedrooms there are, I maybe get a better idea what the price might be on this. But I can already tell this probably has
it's for sale.
This right. Or curious to know what they bought for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or built it for.
Yeah.
From how old it is.
The main door to the African heritage. It's from Kashmir. Actually, all the doors in this house are from Lamu, except this one, which has Indian influence, and it's got copper inlays all inside. You've got this sharp brass ornaments right over here, and we're going to open this house and get into the African heritage. Come along.
Oh, okay.
Into the African heritage house, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful doors. Drama already begins right over here. Alan Donovan had a sense of humor. You've got these snake door stops right over here that prevent the doors from opening and wafting around because of the wind. You've got mazeras on the floor. On my right, you've got coral that clads that whole entire wall. On the roof over here, you've got mangrove wood, and you've got mahogany wood as well. Right beside me, you've got these Zanzibari chairs that you could get to sit and enjoy the fireplace. On this section, you've got an array of just percussion and traditional instruments. This is how they used to play music back in the day.
Go give us a tune, man. Hey.
Generation Alpha, that's how we used to do things. Generation X, that's how things were done back in the day. And it's a beautiful space right over.
That's what I was going to get at next. I'm like, you know what? I'm so used to seeing all these super modern houses.
Right.
This is just not that.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely, a different kind of house than what we're used to looking at.
What would you call this?
This is, I would say,
not
more, and I wouldn't say traditional either.
I wouldn't say traditional, but is it traditional in Kenya?
I don't think so. I think this is, because like you mentioned, like this is definitely like some of the artwork and some of the chairs.
Like even like the finishes on the ceiling, like you can see the wood, but it all looks intentional.
Yeah.
Like the style and the decor is definitely very intentional.
Right.
So I'm like okay,
it's not old, but it's like new old. You know what I mean? Like it's like trying to go for that look of a past or something like that.
I didn't think bears were in Africa.
Read in the comments. I wanted to know. I asked that. So
do they have sun bears? I think that might be a thing.
Yeah. I won't look it
up. They might be in like Australia, but I'm gonna continue the video.
I'm looking back. It's like y'all topic. All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah, so you've got your fireplace, you've got your solid mahogany wood that sort of stages all of the ornamental art right over here. Some people may be wondering, is this house for sale? No, it's not for sale.
Okay,
this is,
I knew it.
Museum sort of.
Yeah,
space.
That's what. Okay, yeah, so
I knew it.
I was like, it's giving museum.
African ornamental art.
But it doesn't say. It looks
You're never
like
going to get this anywhere else.
Yeah.
This piece over here is the one that Alan Donovan sort of creating the logo of African heritage with, and also the former vice president and Alan used to share this. There's an interesting story behind that. So come along right around the chimney into this other side. Right over here, you've got your coral wall and you've got all this ornamental art. This is in aluminium, this is in brass, and here's the man himself, Alan Donovan. So if you wanted to write something on the condolences book, it's right over there. Silk rugs right at the bottom, and this is the living room area. So let's transition and get to see bedroom numero uno, which is the Morocco room. So come along.
Gee, I didn't know.
Yo, these ads is kind of crazy. Like,
I think those rocks look individually placed. When I was in the Versace mansion, like the walls, like all the rocks were meticulously individually placed when they built the house.
What the heck?
Yep.
Damn.
Now, this is the courtyard area. Behind me is the dining room area where you'd come here and just enjoy yourself. Transitioning into this section, this is a courtyard. Already you can hear the birds just chirping. It is so beautiful, calm, and serene right over here. Coral stone just sort of envelopes this whole courtyard area. You've got a very big acacia tree with some grave markers, which is just absolutely amazing. If I can just come out here and get to show you've got some grave markers right over here, which are by the Giriama people. So come along and let's go have a look at the very first bedroom. That's the courtyard area. Come along, guys. All right, so into the Morocco room. Super. Into the first bedroom. This is the Morocco room. Lamu doors right over there behind me. Again, you've got your mangrove roofing and your mahogany that just covers some sections of the roof. On this section, you've got your Morocco designed closets, which just looks absolutely amazing. Hand painted, by the way. On my right, you've got this bed, African made bed, and you've got a place where you could put in your artifacts or ornaments.
Not my swag, you know what I mean?
This was how they used to do it back in the day before the safes and what have you. They would cleverly tuck it in spaces like that. So right over here, you've got your Swahili chairs, and in between, you've got a very interesting instrument, which is the kora. This is called the kora. Now, so
that's a guitar,
wondering what that sounds familiar.
I know a guitar when I see one.
But the name of the Kora Awards, right over here. So in this section, you've got stones that were obtained from the swimming pool area, installed over here. You've got your mahogany, and it's just a beautiful space. Chimney
that you can just put your wood,
how would I feel and then get to heat up the space, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen this. It's a very fast room, so you've gotten to know that a lot of these names over here, by the way, you realize in the house birthed a lot of things that we get to see. So you've got like Tuareg people, which you know for the VW, Sahara, which you know for the VX. But come along, don't take my word for it. Let's go have a look at more stuff over here. So coming into the end suit of this particular
looks very dark
section,
in there, you know?
I mean, like, I feel like it would be either really cozy and like have a
beautiful bathroom area. So you've got again your roofing has mangrove wood with mahogany, and you've got your vanity area set up right over here, which is really with stone from Masai Mara, Moroccan sink.
Yeah,
it just reminds me of grandma's house.
Yeah, I feel like my grandmother would love this.
Yeah, like I feel like this is like grandma. Like I feel like my grandma would also love this. I'm like,
to me, it's just.
So I'm like, it's not really creepy. It's just feels like grandma's house.
It's
like,
just too much stuff everywhere. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think there, but I'm like, who lived there and how long has this been here? And did they like?
I don't know. I just like clean, like body. It's just like even this thing. I'm looking at this thing. I'm just like, there's too much stuff around this. Yeah, it's just like I don't know, but I get teachers on. This is probably something like where somebody older would like.
Bro, like my grandma would love this.
Yeah, rest in peace, my grandma, man. I know she like I like that house, but you know,
is that a comb?
Right on this section, which is in brass. I'm sure also, which is for Morocco.
I'm willing to bet that they rent this out for like Airbnbs and stuff like that for people who want to like stay
in
like close to the
traditional,
something like that, or like to be close to the national park. This is probably perfect for like maybe older people who like to go on game drives and stuff like that. Like, hey, we're right here by the national park, and they can get this kind of feel, you know what I mean, of what they're going for. You can live in a museum type of home and do this. But I don't know. Probably in the end of the video, he'll probably tell us that this is maybe just like a tourist attraction where people just come in to look at it, or if people can actually rent this out to stay.
Yep. Social security checked, well spent.
Bruh.
You've got the beautiful views of the national park in this section right over here. You've got your Masai Mara stone bathtub on this section, and just lots of Swahili inspired furniture. So you've got this seat over here. You could just get to rest, then still again get the views out there. And over here, you've got your Mazeras cladded shower in this section, which is just a beautiful.
I like the shower.
On the top, you've got your Moroccan lamps, chandelier rather, which just looks exceptional, exquisite. So come along into the second bedroom.
Welcome
to this area. This area is inspired by the Kamba people. A lot of beadwork going on over here. So you've got this painting over here, beadwork that's going on, some elephants and a couple of Kamba people, more beadwork, earrings, bracelets, necklaces, all of that you have within this section. And it's just spectacular with a piece for the Kamba people. On my right, you've got still more African ornamental work and even instruments right over here that Alan collected. So you see, he was a collector all through. Into this area, we're going into the foyer.
I'd grab all the instruments around the house and be like,
it's inspired by the Nigerian.
This whole house could start a band.
You've got paintings here by Twin 77, a Nigerian artist, and it's just really beautiful. So this is a boat, and I believe a lady's being taken to be married off. What they used to believe is
the boat taking you where?
The woman who's supposed to be getting married and take her in a canoe to meet her husband. I don't know which tribe that is, but you should come over here and find out. This the Igbo people, the Hausa people. It's just a lot of stories within the African heritage. So bedroom number 2. Lamu doors once again, and you've got more tapestry all around and just beautiful work that they just showcase in this section. Actually, you've got even a painting here by Matisse, that just has African inspired work. It's just a beautiful space. Parquet floors at the bottom, again mangrove roofing, which are in white, which has some mahogany as well. Doors are from Lamu. On my left, you've got your water closet, Lamu doors, and the shower section inside here. all this is just African ornaments that you could get to see when you come to this house. And come along inside the ensuite of this room. You've got a sink here, Lamu inspired mirror, and this is a cool feature right over here actually. So this is a little window that you could get to peek out and see the national park, which is just
little birdie in there.
on the section right over here, you've got your bathtub again. You've got this Lamu Swahili sort of inspired sort of look, which is in white, and still more ornamental art within this space. Of course, closets right here in Kuba. This is the Kuba, which is from DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and you've got these handles that are just very beautiful.
We gotta do a video on that too. Shout out to the Congo.
And if you want to just get an African experience,
pray for
this
them,
is where you need to come to. So it's a beautiful space, all in all. And we're going to now transition onto the next level of this house. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we're back, we've got more about the African heritage. Stay tuned.
They're gonna be like, pop quiz,
bruh. I do like the outside of the house a lot.
And welcome back.
I like the way it looks on the outside.
I was looking at the cell phones. Wait a minute.
House coming into this landing area, it's just a lot of light and delight and just beautiful views that you're about to see in just a moment. So you've got white, you've got carved walls around this. There's nothing sharp. It's just very embracive in the architectural form.
All right, this room looks like it can actually get some sunlight.
I'd like to direct everybody's attention, first of all, to this aluminium portrait that's on the left of a four-breasted daughter that you're going to see and just have it explained to you. It's just a phenomenal story, and that's what you have with this house. Every corner you go. Eba mask on my right, below it, that's right from Nigeria, and below you've got the Korogo cloth
all
over
of
here,
Africa
that is
here.
right from Ivory Coast. So
see, this is what scares me.
That's a lot of energy.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Did a colonizer make this house?
No, you're not wrong. Because I was starting to think, I'm like, a boat. Like, what?
This looks. I hope not. I really hope not. But this looks like a colonizer. Like
we're gonna take a little bit of
here, there,
South
everywhere.
Africa, North Africa, a little bit of Congo.
Yeah, Nigeria here.
Just like they collected all the artifacts and was like, no one lives here.
And I hope
except my artifacts.
Right. Excuse my ignorance if I'm completely wrong. Maybe this person like just was a huge fan and collector of African
who collects
art
stuff, you know?
You know? Yeah. I don't know, man. This I'll give you my take at the end of this video, man, but you know, this is
excuse my intrusive thoughts. I'm actually trying to not let them intrude so much.
I know it's okay. It's okay. Y'all want our honesty, right? Or not? We can keep it to ourselves, but
50%
within this space, and
we can lie like podcasters.
Attention once more to some of the ornamental art that you have right over here. This is a camel's gut that's also been placed over here. I mean, the collection that Alan Donovan has over here at the African Heritage is just spectacular. Lots of Swahili influences within this space. I mean, it's just endless. The infusion between the past and the present. This is where it's at. I think you need to come to African Heritage and just get to experience some of these things for yourself because it's absolutely beautiful and you can get to see why this is the most photographed house in the entire continent. So let's go on to the balcony terrace.
That will answer everything.
Oh my God, look at that view though.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. The colonizer may add this video.
Sources exposed.
Stepping out into the outside terrace right over here, it's just a gorgeous view of the national park.
Yeah, no,
you
that
can
view
get to
is
see the
fire.
plantation, which just looks amazing. You've got more furniture out here that's been spotted in white, like the guinea fowl, just to liven up the place. Madeira's on the floor, right around, beautiful views. On this section, you've got some daisies, as well also in the guinea fowl, sort of spotted white, and it just looks spectacular. You can just hang out over here, chill, get to open up a couple of cold ones, bubbly, get to have a look at this beautiful view as your afternoon sort of just winds down. Now, we're going to have a look at the Lamu room and then have a look at the primary bedroom. Stay tuned and come along with me.
I'm curious to see what the master bedroom
back
looks like.
into what I'd like to call the family room. By the way, if I didn't mention, you've got some mangrove wood right at the top ceiling over here, solid mahogany at the chimney section, Mazeiras on the floor, and come along over onto this side, more African inspired designs right over here, grave markers right over here for the Giriama people. On my left, you've got paintings from the Tanzania section. This is, I believe, Edward Saidi, and the Tinga Tinga Tales, which is just beautiful. You've got a camel runner right at the back, which just looks spectacular. Very beautiful, especially if you're taking your Instagram pictures right over here. It's just amazing. Come along onto this section. Let's go to the Lamu room. Now, out in the courtyard area, you've got lots of coral that's just cladding it all around. Big acacia tree on my right, and it's just a spectacular space. So behind you, you've got the Lamu room. Behind you, you've got the primary suite. So come along, let's have a look at the Lamu room.
It's like, oh,
lots of wood and brass for the handle. So let's check it out. Now, into the very first bedroom of this floor, you've got, first of all, your bed over here. This is from the Pate, which just looks absolutely beautiful. You've got more wood inlays over here. Closets are also in wood. That's all has this Swahili sort of infusion with it. If you're coming to sleep here, they've got some robes for you to just be in spirit and in line with the theme. Come along to the bathroom area. So you've got your water closet on your right, Mazeras cladding the whole space again. You've got your sink from Morocco, and it's just a beautiful sort of space. African
I really do like
just
those
sort of beautify it. And right at the bottom over here, you have your Athi River granite, and this is your bathtub right down here that you just get to sink into, and the shower that's on the other side.
The most painful bath ever.
Sort of an area you can sort of just enjoy. Beautiful, with some coral stone right over here, some glass up there. It's just looking amazing. Really love the space. Quite interesting. Again, almost all the doors in this house are from Lamu, so you might hear me say this a lot. But this is a house that has a lot of Swahili inspired architecture and design, and I love the handles which are black. It just looks spectacular. Let's go to the primary bedroom or the master suite, where apparently this is where Alan used to.
No, because I was like. I'm like, what did you say? What did you say? Like, is somebody else in the house?
Oh my God, man.
Oh.
We kid, we joke, we laugh. This is a fun show.
Into the primary suite, ladies and gentlemen. This place is just absolutely divine, very comfortable. Love the color tones that have been used within this space. It's a nice yellow. It's almost like a Mexican yellow.
I could chill in there.
Got your mangrove wood.
Now this is more like it.
And your chimney right
more
over here.
Open space.
Warmer colors.
Which just makes for a beautiful soft feel. And you've got all this Mazeras that's been vanished. And as I transition, we're going to go into the
This is definitely Grandma's house. You can invite the whole family over. Everybody got a seat. There's no shortage of chairs.
We transition into the parquet area right over here as we get to see a very nice chair.
I like that throne right there.
The main chair.
This is fit for a king or a queen. And you've got your footstool.
It looks like T'Challa's chair, like it's made out of vibranium.
Of course, a very beautiful view of the national park. Now, let me direct everybody's attention right to this headboard over here, because this is from Uganda, from an artist called Expedito Mwebe. Now, he passed on, but his son Michelangelo still continues to do this, and it's just a spectacular piece of carved wood. It just looks really beautiful, right?
Yes.
Come along into the bathroom. And you've got to love the doors. Got to love the doors. It's got some brass right over here. This is
beautiful.
just
like
majestic. Into the ensuite of this primary bedroom. It's just absolutely divine. Moroccan influence, Swahili style design.
Let's go back
this
to the
is a chair right from Rampleback, who sold, I believe, in Mombasa Road, and he got to make this piece for Alan Donovan. So you can just get to sit here. And then take your binoculars and just get to look at the wildlife that's out there in the national park, which is just beautiful. Love this vanity area that's in Amara stone right from Asai Mara.
So much things
You've got your
on the countertop.
You've got your mirror also from Morocco. It's just looking really beautiful in here.
Towels.
You've got Zanzibar chairs
Maybe
right in this
someone
section.
is staying there. Towels neatly folded on all of them. I'm like,
yeah, someone's probably definitely.
And inside this shower, you've got a Mazeras cladded shower that just looks beautiful.
the first
and
regular room.
I've cladded it in Kikoi, which just looks spectacular. Bathtub right on this section that you get to ascend into, sit in it, and just soak it all in.
A little bit more cozy.
Just enjoy the African heritage and an intertwined connection between the past and the present. Ladies and gentlemen, that marks for the primary suite. So let's go on and check out the last bedroom of this house. Come along.
Did you say the best for last?
This house has a lot of stories and tales. First of all, this is a painting in deep red by an Indian fellow. You've got masquerade outfits that are from Cameroon, which is on my left. Right in between here, you've got tapestry from Ghana, which just looks absolutely beautiful. Over here, you still have more masquerade costumes from the Cameroon region. And on my right, you've got raw silk. Ladies and gentlemen, all of this is available here at the African Heritage. It's just really beautiful. So we're about to transition to the very top and see what's waiting for us up there. Come along. Balustrades are in wood, hardwood. I believe I would trust Alan for anything less. And you've got this kind of blanket that's been used as a wall runner right over here. Moroccan chandelier at the top. And you've got your caterers all the way as it escorts you up into the terrace area that has mahogany wood on the skirting to just give it a soft feel. So come along to the terrace. Out in the terrace area again, you've got your Lamu doors out here. Oh my god, it's just beautiful views right over here. You've got your washrooms on your left. That's the train that's passing. It's a customary rule that train should actually hoot every time it passes over here in celebration of Alan Donovan. So you've got all this beautiful views.
I need to know, is this Kenya? Because is that the train that goes from Nairobi to Mombasa, the high-speed train? Because that,
I would say, did you pass the house?
Maybe. I would like to know where this is at, actually. So I'm gonna look into that after the video.
The national park, and some days you could get to see a lion, which is just absolutely amazing.
What?
Have some dinner.
He said it! He said it!
He said it!
He said it!
Run that for the people.
Hey, we can run that back. Hold up,
Run
man.
that back, because
y'all not gonna get
Because I know somebody's done watched half the video already and probably been talking a whole lot of shit.
Right.
Not in the live, but in the playback.
Right. He said it. Hold on, wait a minute.
Views of the national park, and some days you could get to see a lion, which is
Alright.
So I shouldn't be galloping across this field.
I mean, unless you want to see a lion.
The lion wants to see me.
Facts. I do like this rooftop though. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful view of the national park. There's a lot of great views. I like the way it was designed. It looks beautiful to me.
How far is the line? If I'm gonna see it, like
it can. If you're in this, okay. So if this is the Nairobi National Park, correct me in the comments. It doesn't really say. Let me read the description.
Someone's probably like very confused as to why we're so fixated, because seeing a lion would really blow my mind, especially at an Airbnb.
Yeah. So the description of the video doesn't really give much details on it. So I do not know where this is at. If this is the Nairobi National Park, depending on the location, like Nairobi has large fence walls and stuff like that blocking the animals from crossing into the city, into the area and stuff like that. So I don't know if he's behind the wall where they can't get to you, or if you're just in there. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not sure.
Is it like chain link or something? Because will we see it?
No, you'll see the fence, but I don't see a fence here. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like, where? That's what I'm like. Where do I need binoculars to see the lion, or will I see him right there?
You might be able to see him right there.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you might be able to see him right there, because I know there are homes inside of the national park. Because I remember my tour guide lived in the national park, and he showed me some houses when we were driving by and stuff like that. People actually live in here. So
by choice?
Yes, by choice. They love it. They want to be a part of it. I get it. I'm not gonna lie. When I went on my first game drive, I get the fascination of wanting to be out there. Like, it's just a whole different level.
Like, imagine you had the worst day of your life. You gotta come home to a goddamn baboon stealing your apples and shit.
Right.
And you kick the baboon out and the fucking lion runs in.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually will probably have more issues with the baboons. And
they're like assholes.
That. Yeah. Like, the lions are not really going to bother you for real. But,
yeah, they're like A-listers.
Yeah, they're like, they're not even worried about us like that. But anyway, let's finish this off.
Just absolutely amazing. Have some dinner out here, breakfast out here, while you're getting to enjoy that African culture, and you get to see the exterior.
I love that table. Now,
which is
the
in the
table
orange,
is
and it just looks amazing. So come along into the house and get to see the last bedroom over here at the African Heritage.
I've seen out on this terrace.
Into the fifth bedroom of the African Heritage. Already you've got your Swahili inspired chairs right over here, which are really cool because you could sort of just put them out You just put them out, and you would have these out, and easily just put your leg, get to relax, stretch, and just enjoy as you get to watch the views of this particular place. You could come here as a couple, you could come here with your friends. You've got this living right on this section, Cuba inspired walls right over here.
My intrusive thoughts were so real.
Chairs, and beautiful.
Is that a sex chair? Oh man. Anyway, all right.
So you've got these windows which are in wood, Lamu inspired, with the brass right over there. It's just a spectacular space. Again, mangrove wood on the top and mahogany right over here for the light fixtures. Swahili mats on the floor, coffee table which is Lamu inspired, day beds again which are Zanzibari inspired, which just looks absolutely spectacular. On my right you've got these Luya chairs as well, which is just absolutely beautiful. And this about wraps up this section of this tour. We're going to go to the swimming pool area and then have a look at that as we wrap up.
Have a conversation in there.
Right.
Come along.
Ooh.
We're out here in the swimming pool area. This is like the clubhouse area, folks.
You know
this
what?
is just
I take
something
back
that's really
everything
beautiful. So
I
they brought the
said.
rock out of this section, put some of it
For
in
the
the very
sake of
first
the pool.
bedroom.
Yeah, the
This
pool
is
is
the dance
fire.
pool. This is the baby pool right over here. Beautiful views of the national park, but still consistent with the whole theme of the house is more African ornamental art. This is piece
That's what I was
that is
looking at.
celebrating
I was like,
mass
what the
communication.
hell
It was
is up
done
with
way
the cell
before
phone?
we had all of this
Who's that
social
guy
media
holding him?
and what have you.
That's a very interesting piece of art right there. Look at all these old cell phones and a keyboard.
And
This
then
is-
the guy's standing up. Like he's like
and he's like
that's
on the phone.
You know them pictures they be like
Bruh.
holding the money.
Right, like the money phone. Yo, this is I've never seen anything like that. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's like a
Look at the razor.
Mass
Yeah,
communication
that's
was done way before we had all of this social media and what have you. This is a blue sculpture just speaking about the embraciveness of just love and togetherness, I believe. It's a blue sculpture that just looks really beautiful.
I
in this
love
area.
the blue sculpture.
Simple right out here. You get to relax, enjoy, take it all in. The African heritage is right behind me. Lots of trees. You can come here, experience it. It's the most photographed house in Africa, in the entire continent. So that about wraps up the tour. We're going to have a conversation with Tom. Stay tuned.
Tom. What the hell does Tom look
Find
like?
the best way to.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Let's talk to Tom, man. What Tom talking about, man?
And welcome to Property Focus.
Oh,
Okay,
alright.
yo,
Alright.
shout out to Tom.
Brilliant. The place looks amazing.
He's gonna give us all the
Briefly
answers
introduce
to our
yourself.
questions.
Right.
My name is Tom Otieno,
Okay.
born and bred in Kisumu. Then I did human resource and ended up working for African Heritage, which was a company that was started by Alan in conjunction with Joseph Murumbi. I can say that I've
Alan.
worked for 29 years for that company. And in 2020, that's the same year that Mrs. Murumbi died.
59
so then I started
years.
working
A
directly
guy
under
named
Alan.
Alan started
And that's how we
it.
met. So I was his personal assistant until the time of his death.
Brilliant. But before we even move any further, who's Murumbi?
Joseph Murumbi was the second
Okay.
vice president of this country.
Now, there's an interesting story about how Alan and Joseph met.
Yeah.
There he is.
Tell us about that.
I fucking knew
Alan
it.
first got into Kenya through the Turkana
excuse
and
my
stayed there
language,
for a while
you
with the
too.
Turkana people trying to learn their
You seen
trades and trade.
Yeah, I
how
see it,
they-
but I don't think that was Alan. That might have been just somebody in the picture because I think he's
No, he said
explaining.
he's pictured right there. That's the president, and that's Alan.
Let me see.
Joseph Murumbi was the second vice president of this country.
Now, there's an interesting story about how Alan and Joseph met.
Yeah.
Alan
why don't
and
you tell us
Joseph.
about that?
Alan first got into Kenya through the Turkana and stayed there for a while with the Turkana people trying to learn their trades and trade and how they would make their ornaments. So then he came to Nairobi and there was an exhibition going on and he went for that exhibition and saw the mask from Guinea, which is a fertility mask. It's called Aniba. And paid for it,
Fertility mask?
but he could not pick it up until the exhibition was over. So when Murumbi went for the same exhibition the following day, he also saw the mask and was interested in having it. But he was told that unfortunately someone had paid for it. So he was really keen to find out who was this guy who had the same interest and same passion like him. So they managed to meet and they co-shared the mask until Murumbi got his own.
What's your most treasured story about this house? Or even about Alan? How did he balance, this being a private residence and also being a tourist attraction?
The inspiration came
All right, I'm gonna do something real quick, guys. I know you'll be like, Alan Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Alan. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Alan. But something in my Negro spiritual.
He was buried at the African Heritage House. So
oh, hell no. That's why nobody can stand there.
So this is near the Nairobi National Park. Okay.
We appreciate the love, Alan.
Yeah, shout out to you.
You know.
Shout out to you. All right.
He shared the mask until Ruby got his own.
What's your most treasured story about this house? Or even about Alan? How did he balance, this being a private residence and also being a tourist attraction?
The inspiration came from the mad mosques in Mali, Jeune area, that inspired him to build this house. So he would drive over the weekends trying to figure out where exactly he could put up, because this is what he wanted. Then he found this space. When he built this house, it was his private home and just to entertain his guests. It wasn't open to the public. But later on, he said that he felt that he was being mean to the locals and the country, having these pieces to himself and friends and not showcasing them to the locals here. At that point, that's when he decided now to open it up to guests to come and also experience these things, because most of these things are extinct. You can't find them anywhere.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, a lot of this stuff looks like you can't get your hands on it. That's how I knew.
This experience.
Yeah.
Given that, I understand you're the management trustee, what would you like to see more of with this particular space?
The future, number one, is to make it bigger than where Alan left it at. Two, we would like to see fellow countrymen coming to appreciate this thing. Most of our guests are international guests or tourists who come into the country. Some even fly just to see this house, and they tell you that we're going to Arusha or Dar es Salaam. So we would like the all locals also to come and appreciate, because I wasn't an art lover, but having worked here, I fell in love with them. And if something breaks or is lost, you feel like you've lost a part of you. And to the corporates, this is a bespoke place. You can come and have your parties here, functions. You can come and launch your products here. We have a very good view of Nairobi National Park with the house as a background. A very nice place.
Brilliant. What's the one iconic photo that's been taken to you as Tom of this particular house? What's the one that you just really appreciate? Out of all of them, this just has to be the very best. Is it Maria Claire? Which one do you find spectacular?
I think there's a photo that was taken by another gentleman right from the pool, and he took, I don't know, the elevation, I can't explain, but the way he got the shot right down from the pool, that is the photo that stands out to me. Yeah.
Spectacular. Well, thank you very much for coming onto the show and allowing us to just experience this beautiful house, African heritage. Is there any advice you'd like to give anybody who has a space like this?
My advice would be that rather than keeping it to yourself, and if it doesn't affect you in any way, let people come and share these things with you. The leaders that we have, and especially to the tourism sector, I would invite them to come and see this, because then you're an avenue of selling this country to the rest of the world.
Sure.
An interesting fact about the Maasai market started out as a recipe buying day for African Heritage House. The original gallery was at Kenyatta Avenue, where the A&M Bank stands right now. Traders used to come on Tuesday. That was the day when they would bring in orders and also take new orders for the gallery. And when they were chased away, they didn't have a place to meet to bring in their arts. So they started meeting around Globe Roundabout, where Alan started buying from there. And then after that, they started moving different locations. That's how Maasai Market started.
Now, wow, African heritage is a must.
I did not know that. That's huge. For guys who do not know, the Masai Mara market is like a big tourist attraction and a great way to find great gifts and souvenirs from Kenya. So basically, the Masai Mara market moves around in different spots depending on the day of the week. Mm-hmm. So some days they might be in the CBD, another day they might be in the mall, but it's like a flea market, flea market that moves in different parts of the city. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it started here and then ended up going in different parts of Nairobi is very interesting fact to know. That's cool.
That's going to be here for years to come. So you might as well come and get to see this iconic creation of Alan Donovan. Thank you for keeping it property focused. My name is Peter Ngigi.
All right. Round of applause. All right, guys. So, the African Heritage House. Yeah, like I said, rest in peace to Alan. You know what I mean? This is his baby that he created.
His legacy.
And, you know, he has seemed to left it to the director here, because I remember he mentioned that he was the trustee.
And I can appreciate that.
Right. Because, you know, typically and stuff like this will be passed down, you know, within his family, you know, Alan's family and stuff like that. But instead, he seemed to giving it back to, you know, somebody, I believe, from Kenya. Let me see, what was this gentleman's name again? Tom. All right, so Tom, let me learn a little bit about him. Tom Otinio. Kenya.
Preacher?
I don't think this is him. No, that.
No.
Let me try African heritage. Okay. All right. He seems a little bit more discreet.
He didn't seem like much of a yapper, or like I just make sure all the pieces are in place.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure.
It says contact them.
Oh, where do you see
at
that?
The bottom.
The bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Please contact us. But yeah, but I don't know if this is going to him or not.
No. I was just like, oh, interesting, because I didn't realize they opened it up. How old is this video?
This video dropped this year, 2024.
Oh, like
a month ago. brand new.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna say about this house. I think if you are an African history buff and you love African art, this is an amazing house to check out. I think that anybody that really appreciates African art will love this house. You know, this is not, you know, my cup of tea. Oh, hello. But let me see. Here we go. Go to their page. Oh, I should have saw that picture. Is this the staff? Go back. Oh, these are like the kids that came. I do like the fact that he said that he wants to make this house bigger than, you know, Alan, you know, even what Alan wanted for the home. Mm-hmm. He wanted to open this up to the locals, to the people of Kenya, to embrace this house as one of their own. Mm-hmm. You know, to make this a, you know, like a Kenyan national treasure, you know what I mean? Because obviously for the international guests and followers, they're going to come out and look at it and stuff like that. But he wants more of the Kenyan people to come out and check it out, which I get it. You know what I mean? This is definitely a beautiful home, a very unique home. And if this is Africa's most photographed home, I mean, this is honestly a great, you know, achievement. You know what I mean? So anybody who likes the Nairobi National Park, or likes game drives, or likes to be, you know, in that kind of environment and likes African art, I think they will love this home. Me personally, it's just my personal opinion, this is not my vibe. I like more natural light. This seems like a more, you know, it has stuff everywhere. You know what I mean? And I get it. This is intentional. He literally named, you know, 10 plus African countries of where these things were from. I wouldn't be surprised if he might have some piece of art or collection from every single part of Africa. You know what I mean? It seems like that's, you know, that was his bag, you know what I mean? Collecting African art, you know what I mean? So me personally, this is too much going on, you know what I mean? But yeah, I know there's a lot of people that will probably appreciate this house. I would like to visit to maybe see it in person, to like, you know, view it as like a museum day type of thing, like to come check it out. But me personally, I wouldn't want to, you know what I mean, like live in this spot. But I get the intention behind the house. I get its importance. And I love the fact of what they're doing with it now. I mean, it's beautiful, man. It's definitely beautiful on the outside. I love the design of the outside of the house, and I love the rooftop part of the house as well too. And I love the pool. Those are my favorite takeaways. Carmen, any thoughts, views, or opinions on the African Heritage House?
I like that the house is very well preserved. I do agree that this would be a really ideal place for an art lover, especially African artifact. Someone who's into those things and whatnot. I feel like this would be its own version. You know how here we have our own versions of like Elvis's house is a museum.
Right.
So I don't see anyone ever staying there just because, like he said, some of those artifacts are like priceless and you'll never find something like that again because of like the time period it was made or where he got it. So I don't see what it would look like expanded, like unless he kind of made its own museum and took the artifacts and put it in such, because to have people in there, like people break stuff. So I see that was like his big thing. He's like, I don't want people because that was literally my first thought when he came and sat on one of those like chairs. I was like, I could just imagine somebody just, how people just like throw themselves on couches. I'm like, everything's made out of wood. Like that would break very easily.
Yeah, for sure.
But just to know that this wasn't like, an Airbnb and it was more like in a museum, like that's what it gave me. It was like museum. I feel like if I was in the area, I would definitely love to come and just check it out myself because I feel like being there immersed in the environment, you could see a lot more than what the video could show us.
Yeah.
And feel the energy of the house. Side note, I just knew that someone who had the ability to go around and
different African countries,
priceless things, it was telling. But shout out to Alan. I really like his vision and I can appreciate that he appreciated the culture so much and he still gave it back to
the people.
Yeah,
I respect that. You know what I mean? So I know we be joking and we be making jokes, we have fun out here and stuff like that, but we just the whole purpose of our show is like we want to embrace our African brothers and sisters on the continent and bridge the gap between the cultures and stuff like that. So we want to uplift our people and make sure that when we have great things like that, it's in the hands of our people and stuff like that as well too, because we're Americans, so we're used to just seeing other people stealing and taking our culture and profiting off of it. So that's in the back of our minds. So to see this at least back with the people now, like and not to say like all other people are bad. I mean, Alan seemed like he seemed like he was a very good man from what they are saying, and this is in love and memory of him, so they're embracing him. So he very much was probably a man who just really appreciated this culture. Because, I meet people like that all the time. My tour guide, he was a white guy, but he was born Kenyan. He just really loved Kenya. Loved being he's born there as a white guy, but loves Kenya, loves the safari, loves the Nairobi National Park, and just wants to show that and give people a good time and introduce them into this culture and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with that. What I mean? It's still dope. So I did see that these rooms have prices for them. So basically they separated by rooms and suites. You can't like rent the whole entire house. I mean, I guess you can if you like pick each and every room for the same day, but it seems like they book it per room.
Is there like a private chef that comes and cooks for you or something?
Let's see. I think so.
Because I don't remember seeing the kitchen.
Yeah, I didn't either. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe it was on the bottom floor. We just didn't notice it. So it says single occupancy, bread and breakfast, including on the tour. African Heritage House is $150.
That's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all.
It's like way less than the giraffe
Yeah,
house.
the giraffe. Yeah, exactly. Like you could tell. Anyway, double occupancy.
And I might see a lion.
Right.
It's a steal.
300 per couple. Okay. If you just want to tour the African house with tea and coffee, it's $40 up to 4 people, and $10
and they're not
for each
greedy.
individual. Yeah, lunch and dinner for residents. So this is affordable. You know what I mean? Wine and beer. So this is even affordable for the Kenyan local people to come and experience this as well too, where it's not completely out of reach. You know what I mean? What?
Oh, that's just for locals.
No. This is for non-resident. This is non.
Oh.
So this is even better. So East African residents. So they didn't even market just for Kenyans. If you're an East African, it's cheaper.
Okay.
So 10,000.
Seen a bunch of zeros. I was like, wait.
So let's see here. So single occupancy, 10,000 Kenyan shillings to USD. It's $77 compared to the $150. So it's half the price.
Good.
If you're a Kenyan or East African resident. So this is beautiful. So I take everything I said back about the colonizer. Lo siento, my bad. We be funny. But they're really trying to welcome this to East African people, even by making this saying I noticed this too in parts of Kenya, that if you're Kenyan or if you're East African, the prices are cheaper than if you are, a non-resident. So I respect that. I'm not even mad at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's cool. You know what I mean? It's
I can appreciate it, really.
Yeah. So this is dope. Love that they did that. So that's really dope. And it doesn't even look like they have different prices for different rooms. It just maybe just first come, first serve. Yeah, because I would definitely want the roof room out of all of them. I think they should charge more for the roof room, but hey, that's just me. But dope, man. Appreciate this. Yeah, this is not bad at all. This is not bad at all. Shout out to them. I'm giving them another round of applause. Shout out to the African Heritage House, man. Nairobi, Kenya.
That's especially not a bad price if you're about to go to your safari and you come back there and
you damn near there already. I ain't gonna lie. That's a steal. All right. Cool. All right. What we got next? Moving right along. Okay. We're gonna save the Hennessy cipher for last. But and also before we move on, I just want to say another shout out to Peter. I forgot to mention this. Shout out to Peter Ngigi. No funny. He did an amazing job showing us this home. I don't want that to go unnoticed as well too. He did an excellent job
from beginning to end.
Yeah, tempo up, giving us so much facts and information, doing his research, doing his due diligence to tell us about the home, the artifacts within the home, and all that stuff. So shout out to him. This is my first time seeing a video from him. I'm not even too familiar with who he is, but I can just tell he really was passionate about this home, how he showed it and stuff like that. Great job. I'm gonna give him a separate round of applause just for his work. All right, now we're moving on.
Top hill, hell no. Top hill,